What's going on, everybody? I am Jammy and I am bringing you another Rust update and Devblog video. This is Devblog 132 and it's packing quite a heavy punch, so let's dip, duck, dodge, dive, and wiggle formation our way through it. The TLDR version comes first. We'll go through it at supersonic speed. New MP5 sounds, MISC sound voice count optimizations, MISC sound bug fixes, fixed rare NRE with sentry turret, fixed hit decals not showing on shadowed or unlit areas, fixed underwater FX not showing, fixed weapon attachments sliding when using TSSAA, improved and optimized rain, improved map loading, fixed client-side entity leak, enabled player collider and name tag pulling up by default, fixed exploit that would bypass server attack verification and cooldown, fixed censorship cubes sometimes not showing, fixed rare NRE with sign texture update, camera world model added plus LODS, world models and LODS for LR300, double barrel shotgun, Bota bag, silencer, scope, hollow sight, muzzle boost, muzzle brake, and building plan. Now it's time to crawl through the entire thing inch by inch. Let's do this. The workshop to make skins has been added into the pre-release branch of Rust. To access it, you click on the workshop button in the main menu, click new to make a new item, select the type of item you want to create, click the edit tab to download the default diffuse texture, then draw on the texture in MS Paint or whatever program you use, click the folder to upload your custom texture, and voila. If you continue to edit the texture, it will automatically update in-game. Clicking publish generates an icon and uploads it to the Steam workshop where everybody can see it. More components such as the metal pipe, sewing kit, spring, metal blade, rifle body, and SMG body have been added into the pre-release branch. Spawns have been added to barrels and some loot crates, and some crafting recipes for some early game items have been adjusted to use the new components. Here I quote, "There is still a bunch to do, but in a day or two all of the items that should use components as their limiting factor should have their recipes adjusted." An entity leak was tracked down and fixed. This entity leak was talked about in the last devblog. The issue was parented entities were missing some networking group changes from their parents, which could make child entities belong to different networking groups on the server. This caused them to leak on the client when the parents group was destroyed. A list of things being exploited by private cheats have been made impossible. The two highest profile were increased gather rate and attack verification bypasses. Deeply nested object hierarchies of caves and dungeons has been noticed to slow down LOD calculations and add additional CPU overhead to mesh rendering on the pre-release branch. An automatic processing has been added that flattens all cave and dungeon prefabs as far as possible at edit time, which also removes objects that aren't reference points. Cave and dungeon deflooding has finally happened on the pre-release branch, making these areas more explorable. Make sure to report any glitches or bugs to Face Punch, as this is still a work in progress. Underwater visuals and effects were accidentally deactivated a while ago, and have finally been reactivated. These visual effects are bubbles and plankton when underwater. Rain has been made to appear more natural this update. The rain shader has also been optimized to have the needed GPU memory bandwidth during heavy rainfall. The problem of rain falling in buildings and caves will also be tackled soon. Course height and slope map generation has been optimized, thus decreasing the map loading times. Load times are now 6 times faster and should reduce current loading time between 0.5 and 1.5 seconds depending on the size of the map. The shipping containers that were shown off last week are finished. They come in various colors and some are open for players to explore their interior. With the update, cameras have received a world model and LODS, as well as the LR300, double barrel shotgun, building plan, silencer, scope, muzzle boost, muzzle brake, hollow sight, and the Bota bag. Muzzle flash has received some improvements, making it look closer to real life. Weapon LODS have been optimized even further. You should now see improved FPS in scenes where large amounts of weapons are being rendered. Sound has received some heavy optimizations and bug fixes. When spraying with automatic weapons, older sounds will stop more quickly while still fading out. Looping sounds that are out of audible range are now pausing and unpausing when entering or leaving audible range. Skipping playback on barely audible layers is now implemented, which helps when there is large amounts of gunfire in the audible range. Sound occlusion is still off by default for this week, as there is still testing that needs to be done. Type audio.occlusion1 in the F1 console to activate audio occlusion. All MP5 sounds are finished and have been implemented into the game. Some more item deployment sounds were recorded and will hopefully be in-game next week. The low poly and bakes for the new hazmat suit are being finished this week. There wasn't really anything new added to it, but some textured screenshots should be available for viewing next week. Topping off this week's update in Devblog is the completion of the Recycler. It's textured and ready to be implemented into the game. You can view it in full 3D in the Devblog, just scroll to the bottom of the page and enjoy. That'll do it for this week's update in Devblog. Tell me your thoughts and opinions down below, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want more, and I will see you in the next video. Deuces.